Ultimate Team has been getting roasted for years by the community for all their glitches, pack issues, hackers, mistranslations, disconnects, and the list goes on. But there's one massive issue that somehow goes undetected every single year. And it's the biggest scam every Ultimate Team player faces at the end of every FC cycle. Think about it, you grind the game for hundreds of hours. You build your dream squad brick by brick, pack by pack, and weekend to weekend. Then the new FC drops, and everything you've worked for? Worthless, meaningless, left behind to rot in a dead game. What an absolute waste of opportunity to make players look back on all of their efforts with a sense of closure. So in this video, I'm breaking down the biggest unsolved scam in Ultimate Team history and my solution to finally make the end of every FC cycle actually feel worth it. And before we get into it, please leave a like and subscribe to help with the algorithm. The channel just hit 2,000 subscribers, so I want to say thank you to every single person that has been watching and sharing my videos, so thank you. Now let's break down the scam. You start the year from scratch with a gold team, grind for months, pour hours into division rivals, sweat through FUT champs, and maybe even drop some cash for a pack or two, all to build your dream team. Then September rolls around and what happens? The game doesn't end with fireworks. It doesn't end with a satisfying send-off. It just dies. In the most anticlimactic way possible. Your team, the squad you went through thick and thin with, gets abandoned like it's Google+. And what do you get from EA for all the time, money, and effort you poured into it? Nothing. No closure, no acknowledgement, not even a thanks for playing, king. Instead, they just hit the reset button and expect you to buy the next FC like nothing ever happened. Think about it. It's like spending a year to build your dream house, and then your landlord comes and straps a C4 to it to blow it up every single September. Virtual items already being worthless is bad enough, but making them unusable and non-transferable from year to year? That's downright shady. And it's not like EA doesn't have a PhD already in this field. So what's the end result? You have nothing to show for it. Zero. Not even a small recap of your team's journey. The only way players get any connection with their team is through creating Road to Glory or past and present teams. It's the community's band-aid to a decade-long wound EA never bothered to fix. People drop the game months before the release of the next title. That gap is a massive wasted potential to build hype and create positive sentiment for the upcoming game. There should be a way for players to look back on their year in Ultimate Team, to see the highs, lows, stats, memories, and be rewarded for all their time. And before someone says,
well, actually, EA already gives you some end-of-year objectives for packs and the greedy celebration for FC26.
Yeah, sure, that's not a proper thank you. That's the absolute bare minimum they could do. And that's the scam. Year after year, EA hangs us to dry with nothing to show for the hundreds of hours and dollars we've spent. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to end this way. EA already tracks every single stat about you, me, your mom, your cousin's dog. They just don't do anything meaningful with it. So imagine this, instead of your squad being dumped into the digital graveyard, you get one final send-off, a proper season finale for your Ultimate Team, a moment where your club's entire year is celebrated, and the sense of closure players have been missing all this time. So basically, imagine if Ultimate Team had its own Spotify Wrapped, a year-end event a month before the new FC drops. So let's call it FUT Wrapped. Instead of just abandoning your club to rot, you turn it in a cinematic send-off. The idea is pretty simple. The more time you spend playing the game, the more points you will accumulate to upgrade you to the higher reward tiers. Some potential variables that could provide you points are days logged in, hours played, number of games, club value, goals scored, assists made, weekend league placements, all of it with its own point designation. You see all your points fill up the meter and place you in the tier with its corresponding rewards. The tiers itself could use the same names as champ placements, and these rewards will be waiting for you in the next FC. And each tier can include packs, SBCs, evos, club badges, and other cosmetics. These special rewards can act as a small boost to loyal fans that have poured hours into the previous FC. EA can also spice up the value of these packs by throwing in ultimate packs, 83 plus guarantee packs, and maybe some rare mega packs. It would truly provide considerable value at the start of every FC. And look, I know what some of you might be thinking. Won't the packs break the gold market if everyone gets these rewards at the start? And my response is, not really, so hear me out. Most gold cards are meta for just a short span of time in Ultimate Team, besides the top 1% of cards. Within weeks, we'll be drowning in promo cards, informs, SBCs, evos, so giving a lot of people better gold teams won't break the market as much as you think. And besides the fact that all of these rewards would be untradeable, knowing EA, you still have to pack these cards, did we forget? If you suck at the game, you will still suck at the game, even with the best team. I also wanted to clarify that you could still use your team after you turn it in for rewards. With all that being said, the real magic happens with the FUT Wrapped experience itself. Right after you turn in your club, you get your very own Spotify Wrapped style recap of the entire year. EA already has all the data, so just show us. The process can start with a snapshot of your first gold team, all the way to the God Squad that you turned in. It can also have a month-by-month breakdown of your team's progression to see how your club evolved. Afterwards, you get stats about your club like your club legend with the most caps and the runner-ups, most used nationality, longest win streak, longest login streak, number of evos completed, longest evo chain. You can get stats on your in-game tendencies, and some of these can include your top goal scorer, card with the most assists, number of finesse shots scored, longest long shot scored, your style of play being aggressive, possession-based, or defensive, your average percentage of possession, and I'm scratching the surface on all the stats EA can include. Imagine how cool it would be to read a stat like you are in the 0.1% of finesse shot scorers. You are in the top 0.01% of people using the gritty celebration. That level of personalization is insane. The stats are unique to each individual player and unbelievably easy to share. And that's the point. People love seeing stats about themselves. Spotify Wrapped works because it points out hidden habits that people didn't realize about themselves. It's been so ultra successful that other major companies have jumped on the bandwagon to create a deeper connection with their users. And I want to argue that FC is a prime candidate to tremendously benefit from this addition. Ultimate Team players would absolutely eat this up, posting their FUT Wrapped on social media, flexing their stats, and clowning on their friends. The biggest content creators can watch their FUT Wraps live and have the entire chat react with them. They can even watch the FUT Wraps of their fans and react to that. Some posts can go insanely viral depending on how crazy their stats are. This would dominate social media for weeks, right before the new game. FUT Wrapped wouldn't just give players closure. It would transform the end of the FC cycle from a depressing funeral for your team into a hyped send-off until the next game. And honestly, this would be perfect marketing for EA, bringing a positive sentiment right before the new game drops. Imagine looking back at how your team progressed, all the stats about you, how you played this year. It might make you want to change up your style of play in the next game. Who knows? This creates a special gift for Ultimate Team players to unpack as a token of appreciation and acknowledgement of their efforts. The personalization of Ultimate Team will make people have a stronger bond with their teams, and it will create a more satisfying and fulfilling experience that they would want to do every year. And now I also want to say that the FUT Wrapped idea is not the be-all end-all solution to this mess, but the way that Ultimate Team ends every year is dull and boring. No emotion, no connection, no value. My whole intention for this video is to get the dialogue started. If EA actually gave us a personal touch at the end of the FC lifecycle, it could reignite passion and give us that sense of closure that we've all been missing. And the weight of this problem is at its peak right now as we sit and wait for the new game to drop. So here's my question to you. If you played FC25, what would your FUT Wrapped say at the end of the year? What stats or ideas would you include in FUT Wrapped? And if you don't think that FUT Wrapped is the right answer, drop a comment below of what you think EA should do at the end of the cycle. Use hashtag Wrapped in your responses because I would love to see every single idea. If you like the idea or if you want to get the conversation going, please share this video and also hit that new hype button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.